Okay, just they don't want to accept immigrant. Italy the same.
And actually,
Britain same.
we also need to actually also make no mistake that the number of immigrants we're talking about in the Middle East, immigrants in the Netherlands, if we say 15%, the majority are just other Europeans. They are not from the Middle East. So I mean, we are pretending like this is a huge problem and our whole society is at risk. It's not true.
No.
It's a very small percentage still.
50% is a small percentage?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, recently immigrant people came from Africa, not the Middle East.
Yeah, but they come from Africa, they come from
Africa.
Southeast Asia, they come from everywhere.
No, Africa.
Yeah, Africa too.
Yeah, only Africa. Not Middle East is settled, so they don't move in anymore.
Yeah,
Turkey
they come
stopped.
from
No.
everywhere.
From Turkey through to the Greece and Hungary, they don't accept Italy. They don't accept from Middle East. Africa recently, Italy government blocked it out.
Yeah, but there's still people coming with their airplanes
No,
and things
no,
like
no.
that. It's not this. I wouldn't say that we can
Airplane,
stop it.
very few.
Yeah, but we cannot stop it. People come from everywhere.
No, they decided to stop it. I agree with that. Africa, black people can, but only exception is France. Algeria, just moving back and forth. France, this is actually Algeria is. They believe that they are part of French country
Right.
before. Still, they believe Algerian people believe they are French, so they just back and forth. And also, almost 1 million people living in France, right? So actually, Algeria is different. But any other country, they don't accept, especially sub-Saharan people moving to Italy. But they are pure black people. They don't want to accept. They don't like kind of country of America. They don't want to black people accept. So they broke out. And shipping coming close to Italy, no.
Well, anyway. Anyway, I mean, the point was, am I afraid that we will lose our Christian identity? No, I'm not. I don't think so. So we will have new people coming to Europe. I mean, but if I nowadays, if I look in the last names of my friends, they have names like Bross or Carlier. They are, for example, French Huguenots.
Oh.
The descendants of French Huguenots, but they are Dutch. They have been like in the Netherlands
Oh,
for
by the way,
generations.
same color.
Yeah, but I mean,
But you are just black color.
yeah, but in four or five generations,
You coming from Nigeria.
doesn't matter.
Pure black color. No.
Doesn't matter.
Matter.
4 or 5 generations, they are just as Dutch as everybody else. So I don't think this is just a general process.
You're
It's not
getting
like
together
we're
with
taking
black
it
people?
over. What?
You're getting together with
Of course.
only Dutch.
Of course.
Only Dutch. American.
They just
American, yeah, no.
basically with the generations passing, they will become part of our people, and basically it changes the average a little bit to the left or to the right, but it's not like our entire society
by
is
the way,
threatened
by the way,
Islam.
By the way, Japanese still, Korean people, they have discriminated now.
But Japan is a very special country.
Japan is a special country.
They have been here for 2-3 generations already, and they're still
discriminated. So my wife is Korean. She didn't study Korean language because she speaks Hangul. She's supposed to be discriminated. So Japan is special, and also same color. Okay, Philippines, Indonesia, they come into Japan as nurse candidate, but Japanese people they didn't accept them. They everybody kicked them back.
So,
it's strange. So just you said before, this is nationalism.
Xenophobia is that?
Xenophobia. Japan is xenophobia. My case, a few Japanese accept for foreigners, but usually almost majority Japanese people, they're xenophobia. they can speak English. Okay, they can speak English, but they can't speak English. But they don't spend foreigners take a dinner, stay with them. I did with Chinese for more than 30 years. Now I don't have any different feeling with staying with non-Japanese people anymore. But usually Japanese people, they don't stay until going before they go in bed. They want to talk Japanese at night, and they don't want to take dinner with foreigners. It's typical Japanese. So you said nationalism, globalism is borderless. No, I can't believe it. America is different. America is going to the country state by state.
America is different. Netherlands is different.
State by state,
different.
State by state is different. And
I wonder who's different. Maybe Japan is different.
Japan is especially different.
It's all different.
It's called problem. That's a called problem. That is, I want to change it. Okay, this is my objective. Why I'm doing this school? I want to change Japanese. But Japanese, none of Japanese are interested in kind of what we are doing, globalization sort of things. They are not interested. They want to study English. No, I want to study English. Just only courtesy kind of sort of. Only the superficially, I wanted to study English, but I don't concern about communicate with foreigners. No, I don't do that. Right?
Well, I think there is a point to that.
This is the problem.
Yeah, no, I believe that there is some truth.
But this is but he's talking about this does not work together. No, we should. I told you.
No, we should. But I think that the trend of nationalism versus the problems that are becoming more and more global, those things are moving further apart. So it becomes more difficult to reunite them.
This is different. Okay,
No,
more. That's what he's talking. This is. I don't agree with him. More apart. What? Why more apart? The same as before. Okay, so you should work together.
But I agree with him that it's becoming more difficult if everybody thinks of himself first.
No, this is his stance.
I agree.
She want to be famous, okay? She want to be famous. He want to use.
And Edo-san, I would like to give you one question. In Europe, there's a major two Christianism. One is a Catholic,
Yeah.
because the Protestantism.
Yes.
Long time ago, there have a long time war.
It's not a long time ago, ne? My parents still
Oh.
grew up in a society that was very much divided between Protestantism
Yeah.
and Catholicism.
Yeah.
This is very recent.
And there is something a conflict between Catholic and Protestants. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So basically, every village,
Oh.
every mura
Oh. Village.
had 2 soccer clubs,
2 soccer clubs.
2 table tennis clubs, 2 bars, 2
Oh.
churches.
Oh.
Really?
The whole
Now?
society.
No.
Nowadays, it's not so much anymore. But the entire society, we had 2 main political parties.
Mm-hmm.
Were always divided between Protestants and Catholics.
Holland is the most globalized country in the world.
It's globalized, but within the Netherlands, we were very much divided between Catholics
But
and
not
Protestants.
now.
Not now, but when my parents grew up, marriages between Protestants and Catholics were rather rare.
Oh yeah. Wow. I don't know that.
No, really?
Yeah.
That changed.
Oh.
You see,
So
things
our
change.
discussion is more
Things
most
change.
globalized country
Yeah.
person, more nationalist country person. Discuss. We cannot get any compromise.
No.
No. The reason for that is that we are both ganko.
Gang.
Not stubborn, It's different.
Different.
Not the same, okay? But must be concerned about 2 extremists, okay? Holland, Japan is 2 extremist countries. But we need to consider globalism, nationalism. Okay, we need to make consensus at commonality, okay? Commonality we should have it.
Mm.
Okay, we have a consortium for globalization, but also we need to handle how to doing by country. You should coordinate each other. We should
We
work
should
together.
do that, but if we're going to threaten somebody here with a trade war, and at the same time we're asking them to collaborate on our environment, it's going to be more difficult.
Don't talking about Trump. This is an exception.
I don't think it's the
I don't
exception.
agree with him.
I think it's a general tendency at the moment in politics within the Western world, no? Especially in the Western world. There's more and more nationalism going on, and more people who feel and more people who vote for national interest because they feel that the world around them is a threat. Because they lose their jobs, people come into the country, globalization, people are giving up on globalization because it actually, the more and more they globalize, the more they see that they are losing control. And that money is flowing out of the country, and that jobs are flowing out of the country, and that immigrants are flowing into the country, and they are becoming less and less and less important, and they want to take control again. But the way to take control is not to solve it on a national level, but on a global level. That is the big issue, and I think that's what he's saying, and I agree.
This is more simply saying only the Europe cases, only the reason is immigration. Only immigration cause kind of what you said.
No,
nationalism.
I think it's also about the fact that our middle class is impoverishing. They are
This
losing
is
their jobs.
because of immigration.
It's not because of immigration.
Immigration, there are lots of Islam people coming to.
They don't have the
British
jobs,
just,
and they are unemployed.
Job is losing, and salary is lower, getting lower. No, this is true. This
No,
is basic
It's not
consensus
true.
is different.
It's not true. That our
True.
jobs, and I think it goes both ways. We are not tolerant of their intolerance, and they are not tolerant about our tolerance.
No.
So we say that we're tolerant, but we're only tolerant towards our own ideas. So we say, oh, we're so tolerant about LGBT, but we are not tolerant about people who are not tolerant about LGBT.